So, sorry for that. We were talking about this new education policy. So, dear parents, this is the new education policy that is 2020, and it will be implemented in CBSE schools. Moreover, by 2022, it will be implemented fully. But in 2021, it will be implemented. It will be in the process. It won't be implemented fully, but it will be in process. So today we will discuss about this new education policy, and this policy is the first education policy of the 21st century. And of this 21st century policy are to develop an educational system that is deeply rooted can you see the screen, dear parents? Can you see the screen? I'm reading vision of the policy. I'm trying to explain it. Can you see it? Can you see it?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, you are not able to see.
Ma'am, yes.
Can you see the screen vision of the policy? Can you see it?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. I'll try again. Share the screen. Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
Thanks for telling. So we were talking about the vision of this policy. So this vision of this policy is that that we aim to develop the educational system that is deeply rooted in Indian ethos, okay, which has the capacity to provide high quality education to compete the global world. So our basic aim in this policy would be that we are aiming at making and developing global citizens, okay, so which all those students would be having a great sense of respect towards the fundamental rights and duties and the Constitution of India. So basically, they would be true Indian citizens, not only Indians, but global citizens. So we are focusing on that. So that is our vision. So now the key principles of new education, National Education Policy 2020 are to respect for diversity and local context. So, dear parents, you all will agree that we have to make our students global citizens, but we can't forget the local context. We have to connect them with the roots. So that is why the key principle is to respect the diversity, the Indian diversity, as well as related to the local context and the global context in its curriculum, pedagogy, and principle. Okay? And that can happen only and only through equity and inclusion. So these topics, these 2 points, equity and inclusion, are interrelated. Okay, and they will act as cornerstone for all educational decisions. And how can we do that? How can we bring about equality and inclusion by community participation? We will encourage and facilitate for the philanthropic, private, and community participation. So in detail, we will talk about this point later on. So you have to just understand that there will be community participation also in the next coming sessions. Next is use of technology. This is a key principle. As in the present pandemic time, we have seen that technology has become the essential part and parcel of our education. So we won't be able to live without it now. So it is there to stay. The next is emphasizing conceptual understanding. So according to this new system, the policy of rote memorization will be condemned, will be removed, and the emphasis will be on conceptual understanding. The students will be able to understand the concept instead of just memorizing them. Okay, they will develop unique capabilities, and that as teachers, as parents, we will identify those capabilities which are there in the students and will work towards enhancing them. We will create critical thinking and creativity. So you will agree that if one can think critically, then only he will be able to become creative. His creative endeavors will develop only and only when he can critically think. He can find out the solutions. Okay, that is why he will become. That is the only way he can become creative. Then comes the continuous review. So you all will agree with me that continuous review is very, very important. It is based on sustained research and regular assessments. Okay, this regular assessment will be done by experts. Now this slide is very important because this is the great change. This is the great change that has occurred. That has occurred. So now if we talk about previously, in previous academic structure, we had 10 plus 2. So 10 years starting from class 1 when the student was of age 6 and up till 16 years when he crossed 10th class, then 2 years of plus 1 and plus 2. That is the academic structure which is followed now. Okay. But the new pedagogical curricular system will be starting from the child's age when the child's age is 3 years. So there will be a foundational stage, preparatory stage, middle stage, and the secondary stage. So the foundation stage will be of 5 years. 5 years. There are multi-levels over here. 3 years in Anganwadi or a preschool Balvatika, and 2 years in class 1 and 2. So these class 1 and 2 and the 3 years which the child spends in preschool and Anganwadi, that are combined in this foundational stage. The study in this foundational stage will be multi-level, as I told you, 3 plus 2, and it will be playway method will be used, and the learning will be activity-based learning, so that the children, they enjoy coming to school. Okay, so coming to school won't be a boring thing because they will be taught through playway methods and activities. Now comes the preparatory stage. This preparatory stage will begin from class 3 to 5. 3 to 5, that is 3 years preparatory stage. Class 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So next year, our students are going to come in 5th standard. So this preparatory stage will be followed. Over here, the play method will be there. but they will be motivated to discover things through activity-based learning. There will be interactive classroom learning where the children will understand the concept, and more conversation will be there with the children so that they understand the concept. Again, rote memorization will be discouraged in this stage. Now, middle stage. This will be of again 3 years when the child will be in sixth standard. So in sixth standard, this middle stage will start, and it will be up till when the child is in eighth standard. So sixth, seventh, eighth, that will be the middle stage. And what difference is over here? That experiential learning will be there. So gradual change from play methods, activity-based learning to experiential learning. Now, experiential learning, when the children will experience, they will have the first-hand experience of everything. So they will experience and they will learn. Then there will be concept clarity of the sciences, mathematics, art, social sciences, and humanities. So this middle stage is very important because now the children, they will not memorize anything, they will do and then learn. Now comes the secondary stage. Over here, there will be greater critical thinking and multidisciplinary study will be done. It will be flexible and students' choice of subjects will matter. So later on, we will discuss about this point also, that how the students are going to choose their subjects. So now let's move on. The next slide tells us that in this education policy, there will be a gradual shift. Okay, a gradual shift to competency-based teaching, learning, and assessment. So what is going to happen in the coming years is that in the schools, we would be promoting critical and creative thinking. It will be aligned to the 21st century in the classrooms. There will be a great change from the traditional assessments, that is pen, paper tests are there. So from traditional assessments, there will be a great shift to the competency-based assessment. That is, the competencies, the caliber of the child will be assessed, not the rote memorization. Okay? Then the student's progress will be tracked comprehensively and frequently. So frequent assessment will be there, but it won't be, the stress won't be on every time pen paper test won't be there, but a gradual comprehensive assessment will be there. So for that purpose, we are going to design tools and resources, and we are going to share with you people from time to time. And all these things can be done only and only if the curriculum of the students is reduced. Okay, it will be reduced to the core essential to minimize the rote learning. So there is again the shift is there. So the focus will be on quality education, not the quantity education. So quantity will be reduced and quality will be enhanced. Now, this can be done by promoting sports integrated and art integrated learning in the classroom for holistic development, the whole development, all-round development of the child. So now let's talk about the salient features of stages in school. We have already discussed in short about the foundational stage, the preparatory stage, the middle stage, and high school, that is secondary stage. So now let's talk about this in detail. Now, foundational stage. This foundational stage will be lasting to 5 years. It will start when the child is of 3 years of age. So from that time, when the child enters the school, the teaching will be play, play-based, activity-based learning will be there. Pedagogy of early childhood care and education will be followed. The methods will be according to the early childhood care and education. The focus will not be on rote memorization of the things. It will be on good behavior, courtesy, ethics, personal and public hygiene, and cleanliness. You all will agree to this, that this is very, very important, that we have to inculcate these things in our children. The focus will be on teamwork and cooperation. So this is the thing that we want in our children, that there should be teamwork and cooperation. Now comes the preparatory stage that will again last for 3 years, and there will be a gradual transition from play-based learning to more formal classroom teaching. The teaching will be interactive teaching. More and more discussions will be there. There will be conversations between the teachers and students. Introduction of subjects including the physical education, art, languages, sciences, and mathematics will be done. Emphasis on reading, writing, and speaking will be done in preparatory stage. So gradual transition from the foundation stage, where the child will just play and learn the basic ethics, the public hygiene, the cooperation, the cleanliness, the teamwork. The child will learn that. And in the preparatory stage, the child will start learning reading, writing, and speaking. Okay, and the stress will be more on conversation with the child and between the child and the teachers. Now comes the middle age. Middle age will be of 3 years again. It will start when the child enters in class 6. Over here, the subject-centered pedagogy will be followed. The subject teachers for learning discussion of the more abstract concepts in each subject across the sciences, mathematics, art, social sciences, and humanities will be stressed. So the children will learn. They will learn how to apply whatever they have learned in their real life, in their actual life, actual day-to-day situations. Now comes the high school, that is the secondary stage. So over here, 4 years of multidisciplinary study will be done. Over here, the greater depth, greater critical thinking, greater attention to life explorations will be done. There will be greater flexibility and students' choice. So there will be different subjects from which the students, they can choose the subjects of their own choice. That will happen from class 9 to 12. So there will be more frequent assessment of modules. Semester system will be there, so that instead of taking the exams in the end of the year, there will be semester system and the students will be regular in their studies. Now, let's talk about ECCE, that is the Early Childhood Care and Education. This is the foundation of learning. So now it aims at that by year 2030, all the children will enter, all the children who are school ready, who are ready to go to school. So by year 2030, all the children who are ready to go to school, all those students who are in that optimum age of 3 years will 6 years will enter grade 1. The second goal is to attain optimal outcome in the domain of physical motor development, cognitive development, socio-emotional development. That means the holistic development of the child will be focused on. And the ECCE curriculum and pedagogy for the development of the child will be followed. To prepare the initial cadre of high quality ECE teachers, there would be certain courses which the teachers will also go through. Introduction of a preparatory class before class 1 for the children of age 5 years will be there. And the learning will be based on play-based methods only. And the focus will be on developing reading with comprehension. They will read and comprehend, understand what they are reading. They can write, they can express their ideas, and the basic mathematical operation of addition and subtraction and multiplication will be taught. And they will learn the basic life skills so that they can cooperate and perform the task, day-to-day task in a better way. The attainment of foundational literacy and numeracy by grade 3 is the mission mode of this 2020 FLN by grade 3. That is foundational literacy and numeracy. Okay, the child should be able to read, literacy, read, and numeracy, he should be read, write, and perform mathematical operations. So that is the main aim that we are planning to attain by grade 3. So the focus will be on reading, writing, and mathematics through play-based methods. Now, curtailing dropout rates, ensuring universal access to education at all levels. So you will wonder why I'm talking about this. So this dropout rates is not a big problem in our cities, but it are rural areas, in rural villages and rural schools over there. This is a big problem. So in this education policy, the stress has been on this also, that this dropout rate should be curtailed. To bring the children back to school and to prevent dropping out of the children, the following steps will be taken. First of all, that at each stage, trained teachers will be provided and the infrastructure will be provided so that the children, they enjoy coming to school. And the careful tracking of students will be done, whatever is their learning according to the level, whether it is done, whether the students who have enrolled, they are getting those proper support or not. And if by chance they have dropped out, then catch-up activities will be there so that they re-enter the school and continue their studies. And for this thing, community partnership is also very, very important. Now let's talk about the highlights of pedagogical structure. The first thing will be competency-based education. As I had already said that the shift will be from rote memorization to understanding. The exams, the assessment will be based on competency. That is, whatever is the caliber of the child, according to that assessment will be made. And the children, they will enjoy learning because integration of subjects will be there. So in integration of subjects, the art of storytelling, it can be also used as a pedagogy. It can be used as a pedagogy to teach various things. The development of scientific temper by inculcation of knowledge will be our main agenda. And we have to inculcate the values of patriotism, the sacrifice, non-violence, truth, honesty, and peace. So our new generation people, students, they will become global citizens in a real sense. No silos among subjects and learning. So when I say no silos, it means that there will be no hard separation between curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. There won't be any separation between academic, vocational, sciences, humanities. So that separating line won't be there. There will be one curriculum that will be followed. Then emphasis on digital literacy will be there because this pandemic has taught us that this digital literacy is very, very important. So we are going to continue with this digital literacy program. Now, promotion of multilingual teaching. So promoting states to enter into bilateral agreements with nearby states to hire language teachers. So this will be done that the students, so that the students, they can understand uh, the local languages, the Indian languages. So for doing this, the language teachers of nearby states can be uh, exchanged so that the children of that particular state will understand the beauty of another language of another state also. Now, these are the 21st century skills which we are going to encourage in our classrooms. So first of all, it is social responsibility. The students, they won't be self-centered. They will think about their social responsibility. So the teaching, the whole curriculum will be designed in such a manner that these skills will be stressed. There will be stress on health and fitness, not only the physical fitness, but emotional, social, along with physical fitness will be stressed upon. There will be a stress on ethics. So today we are saying that our students or our citizens, they are lacking ethics. So now we are moving back to our roots. We are keeping our foot on the ground and flying and touching the sky. So this NEP 2020 is going to give us that great opportunity. So moving back to the roots, our basic ethics and touching the sky with scientific temper, with digital literacy, with critical thinking, creativity, collaboration with other people, and meaningful communication, not just shouting at each other, but communicating in a meaningful way. So I hope you all agree that these 21st century skills are very, very important that are included in this NEP 2020. Now, so these are the contemporary subjects which will be included, introduced in this NEP. Now, the first one is artificial intelligence. So we have come across this also, that artificial intelligence has become a new way of learning. Next is holistic health. So as I just said, that holistic health, not only the physical, but as well as the social, emotional, mental health is also important. So that holistic health will be stressed. Data sciences. So data sciences, as we all are going digital day by day, so we will be flooded with data, and how to how to apply that data, how to take the relevant data, that thing will also be stressed on. Okay, so how to analyze and grab the essential data and not to waste over the roundabout things that are there. Organic living. So organic living will be there. Then design thinking means that there will be a gradual shift from problems in our previous education system. The problems, they were well defined, but now the problems will not be well defined. The students, they will understand the problems, the situations, only the situations will be told to them. They will understand and they will find out the problem's solution on their own. And machine learning. Now, this is very important, dear parents, that there will be a year-long course during grade 6 and 8. So when the students, they will move on to class 6, there will be a year-long course in which the students, they will have a hands-on experience of a sampling of important vocational crafts such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making, etc. That means there will be a bagless days where the students won't be bringing any bags and they will learn these skills. So the stress will be on learning these skills so that the children, they understand the importance of working with hands. So again, our ancient skills which are dying out, those will be again revived. The next is there will be emphasis throughout the school years on mathematical and computational thinking. So coding will be introduced in the middle stage. There will be emphasis on vocational education. So this is the thing that is welcomed by all. So as I had told you that there will be 10-day bagless period. That means the students will not bring their bag in that period during grade 6 and 8. And the students, they will learn from the local experts. They will learn from local carpenters, gardeners, potters, artists, etc. They will learn their art, okay? And they will try to develop, understand what is their passion. There will be internship opportunities also during this grade 6 to 12 in these vocational subjects. These vocational courses can be done on online mode also. Now, knowledge of India, as I have been again and again telling that this NEP is focusing on moving back to our roots. Our present day students, they are forgetting about our tribal knowledge, our traditional ways of learning. And whatever was the Indian knowledge system, that will be revived, okay? Through video documentaries, constitutional values will be developed in India, in the students, and the critical issues, knowledge of critical issues that local communities, the states and the country are facing and the world is facing, those will be discussed with the students so that they understand those problems and try to find out what can be the possible solution. Now, leveraging the power of multilingualism and language learning. So now the teaching can be in mother tongue also, and the students will get a chance to learn and familiarize with the diversified languages of our country. Now, there will be a great shift in the assessment of students' development from rote memorization skills to the formative and competency, that is caliber of the student, will be assessed. The test of higher order thinking skills, critical thinking, and concept clarity will be assessed. Rote memorization will be discouraged. Now, transforming assessment and tracking student progress across the school years will be will be stressed. The test will be of core concepts. As I have already told you, rote memorization will be discouraged. The conductment of assessments for all schools will be there, government as well as private. And the students' data will be anonymized. It won't be publicly open. The public disclosure will be done by the schools of their overall outcomes. The data will be used for continuous monitoring and improvement of the students. Now, there will be 360-degree holistic report cards. So the report cards will be redesigned, okay? And it will form an important link between home and school. It will be accompanied by the parents-teacher meeting in order to actively involve the parents in their children's holistic education and development. The result of school examination will be only and only for the development purposes of the school education. The public disclosure won't be done. The students' data will be anonymized. So quizzes, role plays, group work, portfolios, that will be stressed. Project-based inquiry learning will be there. Self-assessment by the child, that where he or she stands will be stressed. The peers, the friends, they will also assess your progress. They will tell how much growth you have attained. So then there will be teachers courses also. There will be 1 year B.Ed degree, 2 year B.Ed degree, 4 year B.Ed degree. So the teachers, they will be given proper training from time to time. So there will be tests and for teachers. This is all for teachers, that at all phases, the teachers will be nurtured and proper support will be given to them. So this, there will be continuous professional development of the teachers, so that through workshops and training programs, so that the teachers, they are also upgraded from time to time. So now there will be focus on socio-economical disadvantaged groups also. SEDGS. So the gender identities, socio-cultural identities, geographical identities, disabilities, socio-economical conditions will also be stressed, will also become a basis of our program making. So there will be equitable and inclusive education. Everything will be included. Human values will be there. The most stress will be on making a better child. Not the child with the grades, with good marks, but a child with good personality. So holistic development will be there. So these are the standard settings and accreditations for school education for CBSE schools. So there will be transformation in the assessment and examinations. So this is going to start, gradual start will be there from year 2021. And as we get the notifications from CBSE, we are going to apprise you about those assessments. So there will be curricular initiatives. Art integration will be there, sport integration will be there in every class. So subject enrichment activities, they are still going on in the present curriculum also, but they will be more stressed. Aryabhatta Ganit challenges there, heritage quizzes there, Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, all these things are going on in the present curriculum, but they will be stressed more, stressed upon more.